Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'm going to be showing you how to draw Raccoon Mario. Now we're going to get started in the center of our page with the nose. So we're going to draw a circle. We're going to start from the very top. We're going to work our way around to the bottom of the nose. And then back up towards the top. Now we're going to tuck two ovals in behind the nose for the eye. So over on the left side, we start drawing the oval up towards the top. Round out the side, and now we're just going to pull that in towards the side of the nose. Let's do the same thing on the right. Leaving a gap in the center, we'll start on the right, curve up towards the top of the eye, bring that down, and then in towards the side of the nose. Now we're going to push the iris and pupil towards the inside of the eye. So starting on the inside edge of the left eye, we're going to draw another oval, curving around, down, and then in towards the side of the nose. Do the same thing on the right side. Now we want to trace this oval along the inside, leaving an even space gap all the way around. Now at the top of each pupil, I'm going to add a circle for a highlight. And then we're going to fill the bottom of the pupil in black. Now let's tuck the mustache in underneath the nose. Starting on the left side, underneath the eye, we're going to step down, draw a curve going out, and then up. Now let's draw on the bottom of the mustache. On the left side, we're going to draw a curve, coming around, and then in. Now we're going to draw two more curves coming down and up underneath the nose. So start on the left side, we're going to curve down. I'm just going to pull that up. We're going to leave a gap along the bottom of the nose. We'll do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to tuck the mouth in underneath the mustache. Starting on the left side, underneath this curve, we're going to come down and then back up on the right. Let's add the top row of teeth. On the inside edge on the left, we're going to draw a straight line going across. Now let's add in the tongue. On the left side of the mouth, I'm going to curve up and then back down. We're going to fill that center area in black. Now we're going to draw the lower lip underneath the mouth. So we step over towards the left side. We're going to follow the same curve of the mouth coming down and then back up on the right side. Now we're going to go to the side and draw on the cheeks, and we're going to tuck this in underneath the lower lip. So from the eye, we're going to step out, curve out the cheek. I'm just going to round this out and pull that in underneath the lower lip, leaving a little overlap on the end. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving out the cheek and pulling that in. Let's move up above the eyes and draw on the eyebrow. So on the left side, we're going to draw a curve. Just following the same curve of the eye, coming up and then down. Do the same thing on the right side. I just want to thicken up the top edge of the eyebrow. Start back on the left, we're going to go up a little bit higher in the middle, and then taper it back down on the inside. Let's fill the eyebrows in black. Now I'm going to connect the top of the cheeks with a half circle going up above the eyebrow. So we start on the left side, we're going to curve around, up towards the center. I'm just going to bring that back down on the right side, and then pull that in on top of the right cheek. Now we're going to tuck the brim of the hat in behind the eyebrows. So on the left side, on the inside edge of the eyebrow, we're going to curve across, and then back down on the right. Now let's draw on the side of the brim. Starting on the left side of the eyebrow, curve down and then out. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to draw on the side of the hair. Starting at the end of the brim, we're going to curve down and in towards the eye. Then we're going to round this out and pull that back out, leaving a gap on the side. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving down and in. We'll round that out and go back out. Now we draw one more curve coming down towards the top of the cheek. Going in and back out. Let's add the ears on the side. So above the cheek, we're gonna start up here, curve up, round out the ear, and then pull that in towards the side of the cheek. Now we're gonna add a curve for the inside of the ear. Starting at the top of the cheek on the left, we're gonna curve up and then out. Now before we draw on the top of the hat, I want to go to the center and draw that M symbol. So we're gonna start up here right in the middle, we're gonna start with a point. From that point, I'm gonna angle up towards the left and then the right. Now from the top, we're gonna angle down just up above the hat brim. Now we draw two short lines coming down and in towards the inside of the M. Now I'm just gonna trace this out on the inside, going up on both sides. Now I'm gonna come down in towards the center, almost like drawing a V. Now I'm gonna add a circle around that M. Now this is gonna get tucked in behind the hat brim. So we start on the left side and draw that circle, going around to the top, down on the right, and then back in. Now that we have that symbol in place, we could draw the top of the hat. So we start on top of the left ear, we're gonna curve out and up above that symbol and then back down on the right. So let's start by curving out, round this out and pulling that in. Again, I want to make sure I clear that symbol in the center. Going up, down on the right. Now I'm just going to hook that back in on top of the right ear. Now let's go in and add the raccoon ears on either side. Starting on the left, we draw a curve going out and then across towards the left. We're going to line this up on the right, curve up and then out towards the right. Now from the tip, I want to come down and then pull that in towards the side of the hat. Coming around in the opposite direction and pulling that in. Let's draw the inside of the ear. From this line, we're going to step in, following that same curve going out to right about there. Do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to tuck the bottom curve in behind that line. So from the tip, we're going to step in, follow the same curve of the ear coming back in towards the hat. Okay, so now that we completed the head, let's work our way down the body. I'm gonna have the arm stretched out like he's flying. So we start on the left side of the cheek, start with an angle line going up and out towards the wrist, and we'll do the same thing on the right side. Let's round out the wrist. From here, I'm gonna curve out and then back in. Now we want to tuck the arm in behind the body. So let's start with the side of the body first. So underneath the cheek on the left, we're going to curve out, round out the side of the body, and now we're just going to pull that in. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting off here, curve out, round out the side of the body, and then pull that back in. Now we can go back up and tuck the arms in behind the body. So we start on the left, we're going to draw a short curve, going down and then in. Let's add in the cuff. Starting from the top of the wrist, we're going to curve up, round out the cuff. Now we're going to follow that curve coming down towards the bottom. Now at the bottom, I'm just going to hook this back up towards the bottom of the wrist. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving around, come down towards the bottom. I'm just going to hook that back up. Now from here, you're going to see the back side of the hand. So we start with the thumb along the bottom of the wrist. Starting out here, we're going to draw a curve going out and then down. Do the same thing on the right side. Let's round out the thumb, round this out. I'm just going to pull that back up and then in. Now we're going to stack 3 fingers curved up. Starting from the thumb, curve out and then up towards the first finger. I'm going to round out this finger and pull it back in. Now I want to follow that same curve coming down and into right about there. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Start by curving out and up towards the tip of the finger. We're going to round out the finger. Now we're just going to follow that same curve coming back in towards the hand. Now let's add 2 more fingers in behind. Starting on top of this finger, we're going to curve up, down. Now we're going to follow that same curve coming back in. We'll do that one more time. Curving up, down. Now I'm going to pull this in towards the cuff. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Starting from the top of the finger, curve up, down, and then in. And draw that one more time. Going up, rounding out the finger and then in towards the cuff. Let's draw 2 hash lines in the back of the hand. I'm going to do the same thing on the right side. Let's move back in and draw on the straps. On either side, we're going to draw a circle. One on the left for the button. I'm going to line this up over on the right side. Now let's add in the strap. We're going to draw a curve. From the outside of the body, we're going to come down around that button and up on the inside. Now from here, I want to follow the same curve of the body, going up and then in behind the chin. Now we're going to draw the top of the overalls in between the straps. Starting from the left side, we're going to curve down and then back up. Now let's move down and draw on the lower part of the body. We're going to leave a gap for the legs. So over on the left side, I'm going to draw a curve, coming down and then back up, aiming towards that point. Back over on the left side, we're going to draw on the side of the leg. From this point, we're going to step up, draw an angled line coming down and out. And do the same thing on the right side. Now let's round out the bottom of the cuff. We come down and come across and in. Now from here, we're going to draw 2 straight angled lines coming up underneath the lower torso. We want to leave a little overlap on the outside. Come up. Now the toes are going to be pointing downwards, so we're going to see the top of the shoe. So we're going to connect the outside to the inside with a half oval. Curve around, round up the tip of the foot, and pull that back up and in. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving around towards the tip of the foot, towards the outside. Let's add the edge of the sole along the toe. Starting the outside of the foot, curve around, and then back up towards the inside of the foot. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now the last thing we're going to do is add the raccoon tail over on the left. So just above the leg on the left side, we curve down and then up. Let's round out the tip of the tail, going around and back in. Now the tail's going to get narrower as we come in towards the body. So we're just going to curve down and we're going to pull that up in behind the leg. Now let's add some stripes to the tail. Starting from the top, we're going to draw a curve going out and then down. We're going to add one more thick stripe right here. Starting at the top, we're going to curve out, back in. We'll step in, draw that same curve. Let's go ahead and fill the tip and this stripe in black. And there we have it. There's Raccoon Mario. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.